Hey, what's going on, guys? So this is just kind of an elaboration of a recent Instagram post of mine. So make sure to follow me there for just little quick tips and tricks. I try to be helpful, but it's a little bit more concise, whereas on YouTube I'm getting into it a little deeper. But it's the same name, Ben Peterson, WBFF Pro. So this post in particular was about one thing you can do that's very easy to do to look dramatically better, and that is just to eat clean. So I'm talking about try 1 month of just purely clean eating, and I'm so confident about that I'd say you don't even have to work out. Now, should you? Yeah, of course. There's so much benefit to working out. Well, you're building muscle, you're changing your body composition. The more muscle you have, the more fat you just burn all the time. There's so many benefits to resistance training. Your connective tissue gets stronger, your skeleton gets stronger. You boost your metabolism. So you're going to see much faster results and better results if you train, but you don't even have to if you're just eating clean and want to look way better than you already do. And I know a lot of people that really never work out or not very much, that don't track anything, and they just eat clean, and they look pretty darn good. Better than most. Better than 90% of people. So what are clean foods? Well, I'll give you some examples. In the carb department, lower GI is better. So oats, just plain oats, not sugary stuff. You avoid the sugar. You avoid the processed food, like the breads and the pasta and the cereal, sugar. But have some oatmeal, some sweet potatoes, some brown rice, some quinoa. White potatoes and white rice are a little higher, but that's not going to kill you. Protein, you go really lean ground turkey, boneless, skinless chicken breast, lean cuts of beef like flank steak, filet mignon, top sirloin, eat a lot of that. Lean burger, eggs, egg whites, any kind of fish for the most part, some shrimp maybe, all that's really quality. And then fats, well, eggs and avocado, natural peanut butter or almond butter, has very low sugar, if any. What else? Maybe like MCT oil or coconut oil. So look, if you stick to those foods, maybe some berries, maybe some leafy greens, asparagus, spinach, kale, green beans, broccoli. You eat those kind of foods, and I'm saying you do not even have to track. You don't have to track your food, and that can be tedious for a lot of people. Not everybody wants to put in that much work, or they're just not going to. It's just, they might have the desire, they might have the intention. You might want to get into that for a while, but you just don't for whatever reason. You're just not the person to do that. You're too busy or whatever it may be. You don't do it. Okay, well then it's not an effective system. So what is? Eating clean. Eating clean. And I'm going to tell you, so right now, I'm trying to get a little bigger. It's going to be very difficult for me to get that much bigger than I am. And this is just a current snapshot, by the way. So sometimes I'm hungrier, sometimes I'm less hungry. But right now, I'm around 220, 225, and trying to gain a little bit of weight in the right places and then shred down later. But look, if I'm eating clean, it's very hard for me to eat even 4,000 calories is very tough. That's why I say you're not going to get fat eating oatmeal and rice and stuff. Can you? Yeah, in theory. If you take in more calories than you burn, yes, then you have a surplus, and then yes, you'll gain weight, and whether or not you're training is going to determine whether or not that's fat or muscle. But you're not going to just be obese. I mean, seriously, there wouldn't be obese individuals walking around. There'd be the occasional person who has some genetic thyroid disorder, and then if they're not taking medicine and you know, then perhaps. But if you're eating clean, that's just not going to happen. That is not going to happen. Where we get obese is from eating all the crap, all the junk food, chips and burgers and pizza and all this, processed fast food and sugar, and alcohol. That's where you get fat. And that's why it is just a chore to bodybuilders, especially big guys, really big guys, to eat all the food that they have to. And they're going to tell you, look, I wish I could just take a pill and didn't have to eat. I wish I did not have to. They have to wake up in the middle of the night and get food in. And so when you're having to put on that much weight, it's basically impossible to do it with clean food. And I think that's kind of why being too big is just kind of unhealthy, because, well, you have to eat this unhealthy food in order to do it, because it's so hard to eat that much clean food. If you can, and you're trying to get big, and let's take me, and I'm trying to get to a certain size, and one of me gets there with some dirty calories, and one of them eats strictly clean. Well, we're the same person. We do the exact same thing. So we'd end up at the same weight, but we would not have the same composition. One would be fatter. One would look super tight and super great, and would grow muscle, just like both would, but one would be more fat. And so, I'd really encourage that. I always am a big proponent of tracking. I think it's just much more dialed in, of course. You have the data and you know what you're working with. But if you're not going to do that, that's fine. You have to work with what your lifestyle and what your personality are, and eating clean. And then if you train at all the better. I mean, you're just going to see results faster. But any one of you, no matter where you're starting, if you go with those foods that I listed, I just think you're going to land just about where you should. If you're young, trying to build muscle, trying to get big, go to town on that food. Eat as much of that as you possibly can. And it's mostly going to be good weight. If you're dieting and you're having a hard time cutting your calories back because you eat a ton and you've conditioned your body to eat a bunch of calories, well, clean them up. And then you're going to drop fat like crazy. Your metabolism's going to, rev up. And you're just going to be more full. What's harder to eat? A scoop of ice cream or like a pound of rice? It's the same amount of calories. What's going to fill up your stomach more? So there you have it, guys. And please ask me some questions. Please do leave some questions in the comments, because I'm happy to help. And more important than any of this is that you will just be healthier. It's a longevity thing. You're going to live a better life, longer and better. Better energy, much more healthy. We are born with the genes that we're born with, and that's not something we can really affect. But we can absolutely change our metabolisms and our body compositions, and and just clean up our systems and erase damage that we may have done. It's not ever too late for that, and anybody should start doing that ASAP. And if not for yourself, for the people that that care about you, because you're gonna look better, and you're gonna feel better, and you're gonna be healthier, and you're gonna live longer. And if that doesn't motivate you, if your internal organ health and your lifespan don't motivate you, you're going to look better on the outside too as a result. If you're healthy on the inside, you're healthy on the outside. You're going to waste all your money on the skincare, hair care stuff when the answer is in the diet. I swear. It's an easier fix to just go and buy something, but it's not the right way. So please do leave me some questions, and I'm always happy to help.